Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. What's happening? A couple things this video. Kurt Ulrich and I have been parlaying in the comments about, I've mentioned before, I don't know why there isn't a dip company that makes a fine cut mint or a mint snuff cut. Because wintergreen gets a fair shake on that, and I think even straight does in a few cases. I'm not too sure about that. And natural definitely does. And kind of the big four are natural, wintergreen, mint, and straight, right? So why isn't there a mint snuff cut? I never understood. Because I think I'd really tip the shit out of that. Because I really, that's my favorite cut, is the snuff cut, And I'm usually a go-to mint guy if I have my druthers. So, Kurt Ulrich suggested that since I have a part of a can of Timberwolf, why don't I try to chop up a bit with scissors and get a lip of that and see what it's all about. But I figured, well, I might as well just, I don't have a coffee grinder or nothing, but I figured I might as well just do the whole can, because I'm sure I'm not gonna dislike it. And instead of scissors, my scissors are very small. They're like nail cutting scissors. So I used to be, I in a former life, I used to be a chef in town here. I used to be a good chef around town here. So now it's funny because most of my working set of kitchen knives has been stolen from somehow. I don't know how. It just disappeared from my house. But I've always been we have a really cool Chinese grocery store in town, and they always have a really excellent array of cutlery, and that wasn't in my roll up of working knives. So this is one of them. I actually really love this knife. It's got a good handle, It's the tang is right in. It's got a nice cool blade. It's not really a cleaver, but it's not really I don't know. I dig it. I like it a lot. So I took this puppy here and I chopped up my can using when we used to have to make garnish for any restaurant really. You typically take a handful of parsley and maybe a handful of something with a bit of other color in it, like red cabbage or something like that, and you do what's called a chiffonade, and you chop it up fine cut. So I did a chiffonade on my Timberwolf dip. Living a moment I haven't lived in a while. I never thought I'd make a chiffonade again, but here we go. Let me see if I can tell the cut. That's the cut that we're dealing with now, rather than the Timberwolf. I have a can of peach here. Let's see if I can get some. Stick to the top. I can't. But yeah, like Timberwolf long cut, it's longer. You can pinch it like that and it won't fall apart. So, what do you say we have a dip? I always want. See, I always used to pack fine cuts like this, like the side pack, right? It works really well. But I'm so proud of my new can packing method. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty damn fine cut. I don't know. It is what it is. I did my very best with it. I sat chopping it up for a good 20 minutes until it seemed to start getting dried out. So I didn't want that to happen. So let's see if we can get some. Ladies and gentlemen, this further makes me ponder the question why they don't make a mint fine cut. It's good. I mean, it's Timberwolf mint, and I like Timberwolf mint. You can definitely taste more tobacco, though. And it is a bit, I don't know, everything, the peppermint is about staying about the same, but everything else seems to taste more tobacco, more salt. It's leaving more of a sensation in my mouth than it normally would. Not much, but I mean, one day I don't drink. All I drink in my house is instant coffee. I actually like the dollar store instant coffee best of all out of anything you can get at the grocery store for fucking $10. You know, so all I drink is instant coffee. So I don't have a bean grinder. You know, and I used to have a bean grinder, but I used it. I used it for something else completely different, and I'll never get it clean for that reason. But and I'd like to give it the treatment like that. I'd like to run it through a mill of some sort. But I got pretty good knife skills, you know, and it was fun to exercise my chopping. I haven't chopped anything like that in quite some time, and I guess none of you really ever knew me during the time when I was a cook, but I very much loved being a cook. I very much loved being a chef. Um, it was it was great. I loved it, but it was so high pressure and which kicked my anxiety into fucking overdrive. And after it wears on you after a while. Um, and the physicality of it is kind of what helped destroy my back and stuff like that. So it's kind of like live by the sword, die by the sword, you know. But yeah, I love cooking. I just don't have any. It's just me here, you know, and I actually like using instant food like ramen and stuff. It seems to my body seems to deal with it better than other stuff. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm just winding my way down memory lane. I'm having a very strange day here. My mother is currently in an intensive care unit, in the hospital in about 4 hours away from me here. So I'm a little bit nervous. I think she's gonna be okay, and it's not. She doesn't have the COVID plague, so that's good. But yeah. Anyhow, Kurt Ulrich, there you go. That's the Timberwolf long cut turned to fine cut mint experiment come to life, come to fruition. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks like a can of Skull fine cut, maybe a little bit longer, but when you shake it on so it sticks on the lid, like that's what you got. That's a general representation of the cut, and that's pretty fine cut as far as I'm concerned. So, what, Shadow? You want to come say hi? Come on, honey. Come on. Here, little kitty action. Never hurt anybody. I know the Shadow has a bit of a fan base here. You're a good girl, Shadow. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. And then we got this little guy here, Mr. Weasley. He's having a little cinnamon bun nap next to me. I shouldn't have disturbed him, but I wanted everybody to see just how cute Mr. Weasley is. Yes. Love you, Weasley. Go back to having a nap. Back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, people. Be safe. Love your kitties, and yeah, I don't know if you care to try a similar experiment, and you have like a better way of doing it, like a coffee mill or something like that, and if you choose to try this experiment at home, leave me a comment telling me how it worked out for you. I know there's a lot of people who prefer fine cut dips. I prefer fine cut dips and snuffs. I do like long cut dip as well, especially Stoker's. I'm a man of great extremes. But yeah, anyhow, be well, everybody. Have a great day.